recently, world is celebrating anniversary of Russia-Ukraine war because exactly 1 year before, on the same date, 24 February 2022, Russia-Ukraine war was started, and which has caused casualties of more than 7,000 people were killed and around 8 million people were displaced, and a huge loss to infrastructure. And still, the war is continuing and going on. Hello and a very warm welcome everyone. I'm Curious Mom. Today I am going to discuss about the reason behind the war, what happened after the invasion was started, and the impact of this war. So please stay with me till the end of this video, and definitely I will tell you that you will get some knowledge related to your exam and it will enhance your current affair knowledge. Chapter 1. Reason behind the story of this war. So the reason is much more deeper, but let us begin from January 2021. Ukrainian President Zelensky appealed to US President Joe Biden that they want to join NATO. And after that, in February 2021, Ukrainian government imposed sanction on Viktor Medvedchuk, who is a close friend of Putin, who is a Russian president, right? Then after a month, Russia begins an allocation of soldiers near the Ukrainian border on the name of training and military exercise. After that, in December, two world leaders, one side is USA and other side is Russia, started arguing, where USA said that they will impose a strong measures on Russia if it invades Ukraine, and on the other side, Putin demands that he wants a guarantee that NATO would not expand further eastward. Directly it means that Putin said, I don't want Ukraine to join NATO, and NATO will not expand their membership to Ukraine or any eastward country. Now on January 2022, the demand of Russian president was repealed by US president by saying that NATO has an open door policy, that NATO will continually expanding, and this is a policy and this will not going to change. And after that, on 24 February 2022, exactly 1 year back, Russia invades Ukraine by saying that they are going to do a special military operation in eastern Ukraine. This is all about how the invasion was started. Now come to the chapter 2, what happened after the invasion was started. So on March 2022, Russia took control over the Europe's largest nuclear power station, which is Zaporizhzhia in Ukraine. Later on April 2022, a missile hit train station in eastern Ukraine, by which more than 50 people were died and dozens were affected. Later, after watching the Russian aggression, in May 2022, Finland and Sweden applied to join NATO alliance by watching all this stuff which is going about the war. And on July 2022, many prisoners of war which were killed by attacked the prisoners building in Russian occupied Donetsk region by Ukrainian force. So here now both Ukraine and Russia were blaming each other for the death of prisoners. Later on 2022 August, Darya Dugin, a daughter of Alexander Dugin, who was known as Putin's brain, were killed by bombing her car. Later in September 2022, Putin signed a treaty to formally incorporate the Russian occupied Ukrainian territory, Donetsk, Kherson, Luhansk and Zaporizhzhia. Later on October 2022, Crimean Bridge was attacked by Ukraine, and after that, in response, Russia launched 50 missiles which hit Ukrainian water supply. Later in December 2022, on the eve of New Year, Russia launched over 50 missiles at Ukraine, and in January, Russian military claimed that they had captured Ukrainian salt mines. And the most recent, in this February month only, recently that Joe Biden, a US president, surprisingly visited Ukraine. On the completion of 1 year of this war, And this is all about this chapter. Now the question arises that how far the war will go, because this war will not only affect Russia and Ukraine, but it affects the whole world in various ways. Chapter 3. Impacts of this war. First, increase of wheat prices which cause a huge hunger crisis in a major world, but majorly in Eastern Africa. Second, rising in energy and oil prices. Thirdly, imports on restrictions on Russian imports. And fourth, economic recession. This is all about this video. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please let me know in comment sections. And don't forget to click on like and subscribe button. Thank you.